What is the Big Five in Godzilla? You've probably heard of the term Big Five when referred to Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Mechagodzilla. But what does that mean, and is it an official term? Well, the term isn't official, rather a fan invention, prescribing a greater importance to these kaiju due to their enduring popularity first, and the multiple appearances across each era of the franchise second. Godzilla aside, only two of these monsters had solo films of their own, so that does not denote being part of the Big Five, and neither does the actual number of appearances either, as prior to Mechagodzilla's Heisei reintroduction, he had less appearances than Anguirus, who had about the same number as King Ghidorah. It's popularity in the Showa era that allowed them to return in the Heisei era, and their presence in the Heisei era is what kickstarts this concept of the Big Five. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah was a greater financial success than Godzilla vs. Biollante, and that film would bring back a Showa era monster along with classic cast and crew. This would be followed up in Godzilla vs. Mothra with its astonishing numbers, along with Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 being the third most attended Heisei film, and all three of these being in the upper half of the most attended Godzilla films in the entire franchise. This would lend all four monsters greater value and would become a driver behind Shogo Tomiyama requesting Mothra and King Ghidorah to be used in GMK. This would remove one monster who had a similarly lengthy number of appearances, and another monster who had been popular enough to be considered for several films and had a solo film of their own. Tomiyama too would also propose the idea of bringing back Mechagodzilla for the Millennium series. And as Godzilla's community grew due to the online forums and chat rooms, fans would notice how these four monsters in particular had appeared across each era. And after Godzilla Final Wars, there was now a term used to describe these monsters. And whether in spite of or because of that sentiment, these monsters have continued to see multiple appearances across new media and the lion's share of merchandise. And now you know the truth behind